Welcome to our tub. Come on in. It's warm inside, and there's always room for more.
This podcast contains adult material and is intended for mature audiences only. If you're under 18, grab your rubber ducky and find another tub. This one's not for you. Hello and welcome back in the tub for episode 72. I'm Mr. Berg.
And I'm Mrs. Berg.
And this week, we are, back with another full-length interview.
We sure are.
It was a quite interesting one. It was fun.
Little improvisation on our parts.
Yes. We will say audio isn't the sharpest we would like, but we made it work. The performer that we had join us this episode, we've known her, as we talk about in the interview, since 2018 is what we had determined, right when she got into the industry. Great woman.
I don't think I realized that.
Yes. That was Baby Aria, her first Exotica convention and show. So we really have, again, known Aria Khaide and her husband, Chris, since 2018. Have developed a good friendship with them and just great people. So it was nice to have her on the show to really sit down and have a conversation.
And we learned some things about her that we didn't know either.
Exactly. And again, as we said, it was kind of crazy. About an hour before the interview, we got a message from our local internet service provider that said, hey, we're upgrading lines in your area, so you're not going to have any internet.
Womp, womp, womp.
Yes, because really, what sucks about that is we kind of live, we're kind of in the country, but we live in a valley as well. So cell service is not really good.
No, not all the time.
So it's 9:15 in the morning. What do? We throw a recorder and microphones into a bag and, we drive to the local Walmart and proceeded to, have a conversation with Aria in the parking lot of our local Walmart in the car. So again, now you make things happen.
Yep, gotta do what you gotta do.
And yeah, it was fun. So we are going to pretty much have that for this week's episode. Not a whole ton much more going on. Spent Father's Day getting the camper ready. Vacation here coming up in about 6 weeks or so. So looking forward to that. And other than that, just working and getting into the summer and trying to enjoy it while we can.
Back to the grind, unfortunately, tomorrow.
Yes. However, as we record this today, tomorrow is Mrs. Back to the Grind, and it will be the event that we have shared out on social media. So we'll be out relaxing and partying and having some crawfish and some gars and some cigars and bourbons tomorrow night.
Too.
Yeah.
Stogies.
Yeah. So, again, it's kind of getting some relaxed time, some kickback time. But, not going to take up too much more time as we turn around and hop into the tub. Or, I guess we had Ms. Khaide join us in the car for a fun and interesting conversation to share some of her story with all of you listeners out there. So I hope you guys enjoy this, again, as much as we did, knowing her, as we think is, as well as we do. So sit back, relax, and enjoy our conversation. All right. Good evening and welcome back
in the Tub. As we had shared, we are going to be joined this episode with a great friend. Yes, we ad-libbed a little bit here as we were scheduled to do this and then get a text message saying, hey, internet's going to be off at home. So we moved the studio to the car at the Walmart parking lot today.
Love it.
Uh-huh. Yes, exactly. So our next guest, as we said, we have had the pleasure of knowing her for a good while. From her baby Aria days up to her greedy slut days and everything in between. Multi-award nominated content creator and performer. Please welcome Jersey's own Aria Khaide.
Thank you so much for having me, and I always love chatting with you guys, whether it's outside at an expo, inside at an expo when you're shouting at the top of your lungs, or DMing silly things.
Yes, it's always a mainstay to be able to spend time with you at conventions. And again, as we said, wow, it's been, what? I think as we scroll through our pictures, what? 2017, 2018 maybe?
Probably 2018, because I started everything in like 2018. My first Exotica was 2018 because my son was born in 2017.
So yes, it would have been New Jersey 2018.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy. Yeah, I know. And then I feel like we all lost 2 years, or years because of COVID. It's like, wait, how long has it been? What year is it? Who am I?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, exactly. Like, and at the same time, through that time, you really, I mean, everybody kind of grew in their own way, and so many people came out of it very positive in their careers.
Well, yeah, it was really cool to see people like grow individually or take steps that maybe wouldn't have done without like like now I have to hustle for myself because I don't have the team that I have all the time, So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, before we get too far into the tub, you take a minute and let listeners know, if they do not, where they can find you online and on social media.
Okay, so the easiest way to find me is on Twitter. It's Aria Khaide XXX. That's ARIA KHAIDE XXX. That's my Twitter. I usually post everything on there, and you can go straight to my sites. My Instagram is XOAria Khaide, a little safe for work, Over there, I have my OnlyFans, Aria Khaide. There's only one. Don't fall for spammers. You can find me on Snapchat, aria.khaide. You can find me on ManyVids, aria_Khaide. Clips for sale. I'm going to be beefing up my loyal fans lately too, so stay tuned for everything. And I love doing customs, and we can do video chats. I love to text and do video chats on Sex Panther too, so I really just like to be accessible, and I like to be the genuine me, because you're only talking to me on everything. I don't have a team, so I put my heart, soul, and all of my juices into everything.
And we can say that for sure. And yes, when it comes to platform and the reach you have everywhere, it's a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
So there's definitely options. And I guess, so that question being, is that for the accessibility? Is that the enjoying doing it? And is there one or two of those platforms that is maybe more of a focus for you?
That's a tough one. I like to be accessible because different people like to use different platforms. Oh, and some, like the free stuff, like on Pornhub, and some want to see you every day and subscribe to it, like an OnlyFans. Some people want to chat with you and do video chats, and that's an easy way to do it through Sex Panther. Now, and I completely forgot to mention it, Reddit and Redgift is blowing up. I have so many people telling me that they found me or heard great things about me because of Reddit, so thank you to all my Reddit fans too. But I like to be accessible because different people use different platforms, and social media is always growing and changing, so you kind of have to be hooked into that. I just created a TikTok. I was shrieking and screaming about that the whole way, and then finally was like, okay, I guess let's do a TikTok, And I look like a total mom. I always joke that if I was ever a stripper, which I don't, that I'd be the one doing like the mom moves pole with like music from the 90s and the 2000s, doing the shopping cart and the sprinkler. So TikTok, you can come and laugh at my awkwardness,
But man, I mean, from my end, I mean, some of that 80s and 90s glam rock, I could see you rocking that out.
Oh yeah, oh totally. I'll rock some Evanescence all day.
Well, and from the standpoint of fans, variety is great. Variety is really good in, well, all aspects of life, as we sit here talking from our swingers lifestyle, and, well, variety. So,
Yeah.
from a fan standpoint, you have options and the abilities for anything.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And now with user-friendly too, some things are more user-friendly, some are, you have to be a little more tech-savvy, and some have apps and some don't have apps, and then, there's all the chaos of payment processors and everything, so you kind of have to be up on everything and realizing where it's come from and where it's going to stay on top of it.
Yes, because again, just like the social media world, all of those, the clip stores and all that, they're constantly changing and moving, and we hear and see so much more of that now with algorithms changing, and this video's taken down, this one's here, these are their rules. It's a full-time job trying to manage all of that.
Oh yeah, it really is. It really is. It's, chaos, but, at the end of the day, I like to be the one that my fans talk to, whether it's an email for bookings or a DM or whatever it may be. I like them to be talking to me instead of a team, doing it for me. So it's definitely tedious, and there are days that I'm just going through DMs and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I have a backlog, but I really need to get through this because I want them to know that it's me and it's not someone else,
Yeah, and we can only imagine the amount of DMs that you receive on a daily basis is just between that and the emails and everything. So jumping on to TikTok, we're seeing so much more of that in people that we talk to. It's like that. What do I say? It's like that last step that everybody is been like, no, and then you're like, shit, here I am. I can't hold out any longer.
Like, oh gosh, yeah, I was holding out for as long as I possibly could on that one, but there are just so many people on it, and there's so much exposure, and it really is crazy how much exposure and accessibility you have with TikTok. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'm gonna do it, but gotta learn now. Now I'm like the old lady, like they're like, how do you use this? What do you do? And Mr. Kate is laughing at me the whole way. It's okay.
Well, and our kids could probably show us how to use it quicker than we could figure it out ourselves.
Oh, I know. Even my little ones that are, like 7-year-olds, they somehow, and I'm a mean mom, I don't have tablets in my house, I don't allow that. You can have those old school, 90s pens that had all the colors on it. They have one of those, they have notebooks, they have sketch pads, like color
nice.
Doodle, but somehow they can still figure it out,
Mm-hmm.
Yep, children and technology.
Oh, yeah.
Well, talk a little bit about Reddit, because, and we've talked in the past, like we've gotten onto Reddit, and I actually saw something like a week or so ago that you had posted on Twitter about, somebody finding you on Reddit, and I need to do a search and really kind of find your Reddit page. But share with us a little bit about that, because I'm still trying to understand Reddit as well.
I mean, I'm not the best Reddit user, and I'm learning every day, but it's more that people are actually posting amazing things about me, On
Okay.
Reddit, I've had people reach out to me for bookings, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I found you on Reddit." I'm like, "Really?" I'm like, "Out of all these, platforms and places to find me, it's Reddit, huh?" It's just really neat and different. I mean, Reddit allows you to be pretty explicit with your fantasy talk, if you will, and experiences.
Yes,
You know?
it's
You
the
know,
old
like,
Tumblr. It's what Tumblr
it
was
really,
at the
it
beginning.
really is. It's really crazy. They still censor us more than a Reddit user talking about us, if that makes sense.
Okay, yeah.
So we have to get into subreddits. I use Red GIFs, so I can turn obviously
Yeah.
little clips into GIFs, and then that's how you post. So there's different things to use within Reddit itself. So I'm posting Red GIFs all the time. Mr. Kate is helping me, create the GIFs too, and then we've got my Reddit going, all the time. And he's kind of, like I said, he's laughing at me, as I'm trying to work my way through navigating this new world of Reddit. But it's pretty cool. I've had people be like, "Oh yeah, I want to book you, da da da," and my friend booked you, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, can you tell me like your friend and what how they booked me, or what their name is?" Da, da, da. Like, "Oh yeah, their Reddit username is Reddit loves you 1 2 3 4." I'm like, "No, no, no." I was like, "That's not a reference."
Yeah.
It's like this crazy world of like
Yes.
Reddit users, and I'm like, "I know we're social media friends, but that's not a reference."
Yeah.
But it's cute, how dialed in people are in Reddit and everything. So I appreciate all the love out there, and I always joke that I like to give my genuine self in everything that I do. So that's the biggest compliment for me, is people saying nice things about real life interactions that they have with me.
Yeah. And it goes to your character. Again, we can attest to that from day one. We've always enjoyed bourbon talk, and which
Oh yeah.
hey, have you and Chris found anything new and different in the bourbon world recently?
So his mom and my mom are both Manhattan lovers, and
Okay.
he's an old fashioned lover. So Bullet Bourbon has a really great premix, and I know it's not like, the nicest of, to say a premix, but it's actually really good. Especially for the summertime, just do something easy on the deck to have a pre-mixed old fashioned in Manhattan. On hand. We're big Basil Hayden drinkers, too. We always have a bottle of that. He's a Macallan drinker as well, but that you kind of have to be in the mood for it. Right now that it's the summer, you can totally laugh, I'm a Shopper Hopper drinker, which is a grapefruit Hefeweizen.
Ooh,
It's
okay.
like 2%. It's like 2% alcohol, so it's perfect for day drinking too.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
it's grilling, like a nice, refreshing drink. And it actually works really well as like a beer reader or whatever you want to call it, like the margarita floater, because you can. It's like a nice grapefruit, beer margarita, kind of a mix. I make my own drink, which people are going to be like, "What the heck is wrong with this girl?" when I describe what I do. But I get fresh basil, I muddle it, and then I make fresh lemonade. And I pour that on top, muddle it all together, and I'll put like a Jack Daniels in it, which sounds very weird. Or I'll put a Tequila Blanco in it for the summer. Sounds weird, but it's actually really good.
Well, and so Jack Daniels in the lemonade, that's pretty much your Lynchburg lemonade.
Yeah,
And that
exactly.
basil in it, I can see where that basil would give. This is the kitchen background of me coming out. That basil
Yeah.
gives a little kind of pepperiness and a little. I could see that working pretty well.
Yeah, it sounds really weird, but I'm just one of those people that I know how flavors taste, and I'm always, even when I do recipes, I'm the kind of person that I'm like, I know that these flavors go really well together, and I'm not the person that's like, "Oh my gosh, it's 2.5 cups, not 2 cups," or this and that. And my mom is the exact opposite. She's a fantastic cook and baker, and baking is a little bit different where you have to. But when I'm cooking dinners or I'm cooking meals or making drinks, I'm usually like, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, like, let's see what we can make.
And that is kind of the way we are. I can
Yeah.
I can pick and choose, and I'm like, throw this, throw that, throw that. Mrs. on the other hand,
No, if I just pulled stuff out of the cupboards in the refrigerator and threw it together, it'd be more like a mad scientist experiment. I need to plan and follow a recipe, and he can throw it all together numerous times, and it still comes out exactly the same.
Yeah.
Without measuring a thing.
Yeah, I went through it last. I went through it last night at the restaurant. I'm actually doing a 5-course beer dinner this evening.
Oh,
And
very cool.
So I was playing around last night and getting everything tweaked out, and I went and threw a few things out for the wait staff. I'm like, here you go, and they went, you do some dumb shit and it works. I'm like, they're like, how would we wouldn't even think about that. I'm like, yeah, but you know what? It's about the way flavors mesh and meld, and yeah,
it's true.
I gave him a graham cracker breaded lemon pound cake.
Ooh.
I'm like, this is dessert. I'm gonna serve it with a sour berry. With a, it's gonna pair with a sour that's a berried sour. I'm like, here you go. I'm like,
oh, I like it.
So.
Well, Jersey girl, she'd love your Wagyu pastrami
Oh yeah, the pastrami I kicked out the other day.
Ooh, yes.
So it's fair to say that dinner time at the Khaide residence is always a good time and good food.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I joke that I am also a full-time mom, and I take it. It's the best job I'll ever have in my life, and I'm not a lady of the night. I'm a lady of like the 9 to 2. They go off to school, and I'm the one that I wake them up, I make them breakfast, I prep lunches, and then I'm the one making the dinner. More or less every night. We all sit down for family dinner, so it's really important.
Yeah.
In our household, good food, good company, and of course, good drinks. Not for kids, okay? Not for kids. Not trying to get in trouble.
They're beyond teething, so it's no more
rubbing
of bourbon. Yeah, you can't
put the blackberry brandy. Yeah, right, on their gums. Yeah.
Well, so something else that we know about you, maybe fans and listeners don't, but we'd like to share with them and get a little bit more information on your need for speed.
Oh yeah.
So if you follow social media, you do see some and cars and vehicles, but so you grew up and enjoy racing?
Yeah, so people laugh at me. My dog's name is Brady, and I live in New Jersey, and they're like, what? Like Tom Brady? And I'm like, yep. So I didn't grow up with football in my household or anything like that, because every weekend we would be going to races. I grew up with Formula One races. I've been to Nürburgring in Germany when Michael Schumacher was racing, which was fantastic. The race is just so cool. I've been to the Montreal Grand Prix more times than I can count. The Austin GP, Moto GP as well. I've been to Indy when it was Indy Champ Car and Formula One out there. I've been to too many Florida Indy and Champ Car races to count. I've been to Wisconsin for Champ Car races. Just all over. And I grew up, watching Formula Ford, which is a step down from Formula 3 races. I raced go-karts when I was in middle school. I just love it.
So on top of just what you do with a beautiful woman, you're a car and a speed person. Wow.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I grew up driving a stick-shift car. My dad, made me know the car before I was allowed to get my permit. I changed my own oil. I do everything that, now with new cars, you can't do as much because of the computers and having to bypass computers and everything, but I do as much as I can without having to deal with computers on my car. And I'm happily driving a turbo again because I was driving an Audi, my little turbo Audi, and then we got pregnant with our kids, and I couldn't fit 2 clunky car seats in the back. So I had to go to an SUV for a couple years, and then I'm like, you know what? Now they're older, they're not in those clunky car seats. I was like, Mama's getting a turbo now. Mama's going back to the, so I joke with my kids. I'm like, all right, who's pressing the boogie button? And I don't go more than 25 miles an hour, but just that first little giddy up, like, oh my gosh, we're going so fast, and it still shows 25, but you just hear, the horses giddy up, just enough to get them excited. But I'm taking them next year. I'll be taking them to their first Indy race, IndyCar race.
Very nice. So, yeah, keeping it in the family and having them kind of grow up and experience that too.
Oh, absolutely. And they're growing up. I have family members with motorcycles and everything too, from, the really cool nostalgic throwback, English style Triumphs all the way to BMW and Yamaha, crotch rockets, as I call it. So they've seen it all. I'm sure, Mr. Khade's family is not so happy that we have a need for speed on this side, but I'm like, hey, if they're going to learn, they might as well learn from people that have been doing it since they were 15 years old in my family that are now 70,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, teach them the right way, and that's how it's gonna be at least safe.
Yeah,
or as safe as it can
I
be.
joke. I drive fast, but not stupid. Right. There's lots of people that want to rip down the parkway or the turnpike or wherever, in a car, and they're dipping and diving through people and traffic, and it's like, well, that's great, but that's not safe. I'll press the boogie button on my car and I'll go fast, and I know that I can safely do it and not spook anybody or put anyone else in harm's way,
Yes, that is because there's too much of that. Just what are you thinking doing? This is not the place to push the gas to the ground.
Yeah, and even motorcyclists, I'm always on the lookout for motorcyclists all the time because I've grown up with it, and it's been instilled in me to be also a defensive driver. Mm-hmm. But some people going through cars and everything and dipping through when there's traffic, all you need is a little old lady to not see you, and it takes, you don't really have to be going more than 5 miles an hour to drop your bike and do damage,
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
So as you said at the beginning, you had started back in 2018. Mm-hmm. What was the driving force that kind of got you into the industry?
So Mr. Khade, actually. Chris, my husband, who's the goon that you see next to me at all the expos, being my biggest cheerleader and being my gopher when I need chicken nuggets at an expo when I'm there. And I know Dick has posted pictures of me housing food, it's my job. I got a big mouth and I use it for more than just sucking dick, but Mr. Khade actually, he had lots of questions, and he was curious on a lot of things. And growing up in small town New Jersey and being an athlete, he couldn't really ask any of his jock friends about some of these kinks, comfortably. So he actually joined FetLife, I think, when he was 19.
Okay.
And mostly just to talk to like-minded individuals and to see what was out there and all that stuff. So he just found a really great community at FetLife. And then he and I started dating in 2014. We met on Tinder. He tried to turn me down. Which, I tried to suck his dick on the first date, and he didn't want me to hit it and quit it. So that's his side of the story. My side of the story is I tried to give him a blowjob, and he said no. So we met in 2014. I was sexting him pictures, and unbeknownst to me in the beginning, he was putting my pictures on FetLife and kind of brag oh, this is my girlfriend now that I have. Isn't she super hot? Back when we met, I was a size 0 6-pack college athlete and with minimal tattoos. So he would blur out the one tattoo I had and would blur out my face, and then I found out about it and I was like, what the heck, dude? You know, he's like, oh, no, let me show you what FetLife is and everything. So I'm like, okay. So we start posting our horribly amateur grainy content on there, you know, like first generation, like handheld camcorders, and like the smartphones are super grainy, you know, no light, no makeup, no nothing, you know. And we're posting our own stuff up there, and people start asking, oh, where else can we find you? You know, what more is there? And I'm like, what do you mean, where else can you find us? Like, this is just us, like, doing our thing. And then I had some people like reach out to me and say, oh, you should look into being a content creator. And, you know, he and I started to think about it because, you know, I was also a teacher at the time. And I'm like, you know, cool, thank you. Flattery gets you everywhere, you know. And then we were like, you know what, maybe we'll try some of like the King's like FetLife style like content, and, you know, hot wife blow bangs or gang bangs or something like that for fun. And then we got pregnant back to back with our kids. So we're like, okay, well, we'll put that on hold. And around the time that we were like, okay, maybe we'll get back into it because I felt better, Richard Mann, who's a great guy, an OG in the industry, reached out to me. And he's like, you know, Exotica New Jersey's coming up. You know, this is how you can do it safely. You need this kind of test. You need these kind of release forms. You need this kind of presence on social media. I mean, he was fantastic telling me how to get into the industry the smart way and the safe way. So I kind of teed it all up. I was like, okay, I guess we're going to shoot, you know, whatever. And my first day at New Jersey Exotica, where I decided to jump in 2 feet, Chris is recording the scenes. I did a girl-girl threesome with 2 guys, a boy-girl with Richard Mann, and a blowjob video. So I did 4 back-to-back non-stop. And then I went and I walked the expo floor. So that first year, if anyone met me that first day, I probably had cream pies dripping out of me, honestly. You know, I'm like, hi, nice to meet you. Like, oh, like, hey, you know, I had like the crazy hair because I'm just trying to get on the expo floor for like an hour or 2, you know, just to see what it was all about, you know, and everything. But, you know, I didn't just dip my toe. I cannonballed into it. You know, and then from there we've just been slowly chipping away, you know. Like I said, it's all me, and, you know, Chris has been doing you know, he helped me in the beginning with editing and, you know, the videography and everything like that. So I've just built up from that foundation and that base.
Yeah, and again, you've definitely grown since then. You've done some mainstream stuff with some other studios. What is there a thought and a vision of, you know, what is the next year and a half, or what's the 5-year plan? Do you have a thought that far out?
Yeah, so I joke that I want to do this for as long as I'm able to, you know, or as long as they'll have me. This past year I kind of focused a little bit more on going to the expos and, you know, and family time with the chaos that was happening in the industry. But I want to be a little more accessible for the mainstream stuff, and I need to get more in my bank, in my queue for content, because, you know, I am a content creator too, and I like posting on all of my platforms so you can see the stuff that I really love to do. So I kind of want to branch out more and be like, okay, you know, everyone is fair game now. I genuinely love women, so I'm going to be doing some more girl, selfishly, for me. And then, of course, giving the fans what they love. So I would love to be doing a little more mainstream, especially now that my kids are a little bit older. Traveling is a little bit easier. You know, when they were younger, it was a little bit harder. But, you know, I want to be traveling out to Vegas and LA to, you know, to kind of stroke that mainstream, you know, monster, if you will, as well as continuing the content that my fans have shown that they love, and giving you the genuine and real greedy slut.
Yeah. Well, and as you said, the mainstream monster, stroke the mainstream monster. My first thought was you're talking about stroking the mainstream wiener. But
yeah. I've been very lucky that I have shot with amazing mainstream male talent. Mick Blue, Isaiah Maxwell, Johnny Sins. You know, Richard Mann was like the first person that reached out to me. Prince, Yeshua, you know, the list goes on and on and on. I've just
Yes.
been really, really lucky. You know, I also joke that, you know, I'm a Jersey girl, so I can kind of have a tough exterior, and I have no problem saying no. So I've really aligned myself with people that I want to be associated with, and I know we'll have a great, you know, great time and great respect for each other. You know, Lexi Luna is another great friend of mine, and we've done some teaser videos too, and she's, you know, very mainstream. So yeah,
Yeah,
I've been lucky.
And you have to enjoy what you're doing. You have to enjoy your co-stars and everybody you're creating with. So it's at the end of the day, if it's not enjoyable for you, then well, it can show on the final edited product too.
Oh yeah, I mean, lots of people ask me like, oh, how do you keep doing this? How do you stay motivated? You know, sexually, mentally, physically, all that stuff. And I tell everybody, I don't have to do this. I want to do this. You know, so.
Yeah. So from that, as you said, how do you stay kind of mentally focused, mentally grounded? So, yeah, we talk so much. Mental health is such a big part of this industry.
Yeah.
What is that mental health break for you? Is it just the family, or what else is there?
I mean, honestly, I am a, you know, I joke all the time I am a Taurus, and you'll see me retweet it. I am a type A neurotic Taurus with stress up the wazoo. So, honestly, I do love family time. I love the outdoors. There are times that I'm just like, oh my gosh, I am debilitatingly stressed or overwhelmed and everything, and I'm lucky that I have a great support system in my house and, you know, around me. You know, but it, you know, there are those moments of, okay, like I need to figure out how to get this dark cloud or like shake off the cobwebs or whatever it may be. You know, I deal with like chronic pain from being an athlete for a while and from stress. I keep everything in my shoulders and my back, especially being tall. So I go to like physical therapy to kind of help me stretch out and feel better too physically, which can help my mental part. I'm very hard on myself, being a former college athlete that would run 6 to 8 miles at a, you know, 6-minute, you know, race pace. I am not running that, you know, or I wouldn't run it because I wasn't accepting of the fact that I'm now slower or can't do that much. And I've since only recently been able to kind of shake that and be like, you are not a size 0. You've had 2 beautiful kids. Like, it's okay. You know, be you. Like, this is great. So, you know, I think everyone has a different journey, and I'm lucky that I have, you know, a great husband that finds me sexy, except when I wear, you know, I was going to say even with a mom bun, but he really hates the bun, so I couldn't even say that. You know, even when I'm like just rocking like just hang out, you know, and I'm very blessed to have, you know, 2 great kids and a great husband to kind of, you know, help me when I need it most. And I'm a sucker for snuggles, and my kiddos are snugglers, so.
Good. And that's and everybody needs that. And again, you know, we've just over the years, yes, there is some great support systems that you have within the industry as well. So it's from both sides.
I mean, I put it out there that, you know, even if someone is struggling and they feel like they have nowhere to go, because not everyone is not everyone has a partner, whether it's relationship or a friendship partner.
Yep.
Not as many people want to go to therapy or have an outlet or have any support system. And I mean it when I put it out on tweets. I'm not just being that person, you know, trying to be your white knight. That if anyone ever feels horrible in this industry, and it could be about their personal life, it could be about their professional life, I really am always there. You know, if anyone is just like, hey, I don't even know you, Aria, but I'd really, you know, I could really use a friend. Can I just chat with you for a second? And I mean it when I say it, you know, all you need is one smiling face to put a, you know, sunshine in your day, you know.
Exactly. It's just that one can help a lot.
Yeah.
So,
absolutely.
and again, that says says so much about yourself, about Chris, about just who you are as a person as well as a performer. So
Thank you.
that is awesome.
Thank you.
So I guess with that, let's as we try to wind down, just to get you into the rest of your day. Conventions. You did talk about conventions. So what does that, is there yeses, maybes? Here's what my plan is this coming year for conventions.
Yeah, so I melt in the heat, so I won't be at Miami.
Sounds like us.
It's Miami in July, and I'm like, I don't think I can.
You are not wrong. We've had people ask us that, and I said, look, I'm a white guy from Western Pennsylvania. I'm not going to Miami in July. Sorry.
Exactly. I get my freckles connect and I turn bright red. That's my life in the summer. But I will obviously be in New Jersey at New Jersey Exotica, and I will also be at DC this year. So I'll be at both of those conventions.
Awesome.
So I, have to represent my home state of New Jersey always. And DC was great, and go down there and see everybody in DC again too. But it's different that New Jersey is now in November, which kind of makes me happy because every single year it's been like the same weekend as like the Austin Grand Prix. So now I'm like, maybe I can go to the Austin Grand Prix this year. Okay, I like that.
Yes, and moving it back, it's actually funny because from 2018 when we started doing Exoticas, the weekend it always fell was our anniversary and Mrs. birthday.
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
So now it's pushed back a little farther into November, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. But then at the same time, I'm going...
That makes it even closer to D.C., though.
Yeah, it's closer to D.C., and I'm going, well, November... Those extra, 2 to 3 weeks could really change the weather driving out there.
Oh my gosh, it could really change the weather. And then it's like you have Veterans Day, teacher convention, Thanksgiving, and all that stuff, getting ready and gearing up. But I kind of like that it's not in October. Because I'm selfish. I really want to go to the Austin Grand Prix. If there are any fans that want to take me to the Austin Grand Prix, I am available.
Plug.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that is great because yes, I mean we will be in New Jersey and in DC. So as those have been staples for us for Exotica. Chicago has become a new one over the last 2 years.
I love Chicago. This year it happened to be on my birthday weekend, and that was the only reason why I couldn't make it. I was like, I'd love to see you guys, but I'm not spending my birthday weekend. I'm sorry.
Yeah, hey. Hey, it got to be about you sometimes too.
Yeah, exactly.
So, nice. All right. Well, before we go, one more time, can you just let listeners know where the best place to find you online or on social media is?
Sure, absolutely. So Twitter is the easiest spot because all of my links and information are there. So the Twitter is Aria Khaide, XXX, ARIA KHAIDE. You can thank Mr. Khaide for that wonky way of spelling Khaide. And my Instagram is Aria Khaide. My Reddit and my Red Gifts are exploding now. I'm putting a lot of new content on there. OnlyFans, many vids, clips for sale, Pornhub, Sex Panther, and hopefully as your screensaver. Not that anyone knows what a screensaver is anymore.
Yeah. Hey, that's kids nowadays know that as home screen or wallpaper.
Yeah, but I know. I'm like, whatever, guys. In my day.
Yeah, exactly. In my day, that was a screensaver. Yeah, now it's wallpaper.
In my day, when you're waiting for your dial-up internet.
Yeah.
And hoping no one picks up the phone when you're on AIM chat room.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Or halfway through the download of the picture, and you're like, oh, there's some nipple. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Shit.
You've got like your LimeWire stuff. You're burning CDs for all your best friends, so that was like the best gift ever to get. The soundtrack of the summer or the winter, the spring because it always had to change for the seasons.
Yep, the LimeWire and Napster times.
Oh yeah.
Weren't those the days of MySpace too?
Yeah, that was the only social media back then was MySpace.
No, MySpace. Oh yeah, everyone was friends with Tom.
Yes, everybody knew Tom.
Yep.
All right. Well, again, we thank you so much for the time. It is always a pleasure talking to you.
I have so much fun with you guys, and I can't wait to see you in New Jersey, even though it's kind of far away. I'm thinking about coming and visiting Pittsburgh if my fans would like something like that, so I have to see if I can put that into my schedule before it gets too cold out there.
Well, you let us know, and we will definitely free up some time on our schedule and do dinner and an evening out for sure.
Yeah, I would love that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So, all right. Well, again, enjoy the rest of your day and the summer.
Thanks, you too.
Thanks. Yeah, you either.
Well, that is an episode 72 wrap. And a good one.
Wow, we're almost to 75.
Yes. Next stop after that is 100. Moving along, that's for sure. And as we said a few weeks ago, there's definitely a few more very good interviews on the way. Performers that we've had lined up, performers that we've spoken to. Really, really excited about some things on the horizon. Possibility of some things that are in the works as we head on vacation and head out west. We're going to be in the heart of adult entertainment production country when we're out in Las Vegas and the Los Angeles area for a couple weeks.
So we'll see what that brings.
Yes. A lot of opportunities, which is good. Really happy about that. So, again, not going to kind of keep it short, sweet. As we said, we have some things going on here, some fun stuff, some vacations. Take care of yourself. Take time for yourself, for others, for your loved ones. Happy belated Father's Day to all you fathers out there. Make sure you pay for your porn. Support all of these performers that have supported us in our journey and what we're bringing to you. Wrap it before you tap it. Lick it before you stick it. And until next time.
We'll keep the lights on and there's no porn.